Listen up everyone, before we begin, subscribe to the Culinary Recipe Creations channel right now so you won't forget to get updates on future video tutorials just like this one. Now here we go, welcome to a world foodie adventure where we're about to embark on a culinary journey that'll take your taste buds on a roller coaster ride. We're talking Norway, Switzerland, Australia, and Germany, showcasing the most delicious dishes these countries have to offer. Get ready to discover hidden culinary gems, each one of them is a masterpiece that'll have you drooling. I'm talking step-by-step instructions, foolproof techniques, and the kind of insider tips that'll make you the envy of every food blogger out there. Make sure you've got those subtitles on, yeah? You won't want to miss a single detail of this culinary extravaganza. Alright you lot, first stop, Norway! We're about to tackle a dish that's as hearty and comforting as a Viking's hug after a long day of pillaging. I'm talking about fårikål, a lamb and cabbage stew that's so simple even a troll could make it. Don't let the simplicity fool you though. This dish is packed with flavor and will warm you up from the inside out. First, you need about 1 kilo of lamb on the bone, cut into chunks. Don't be shy with the salt and pepper, give it a good seasoning. Next, grab a whole head of green cabbage, and I mean a big one, we're not messing about here. Slice it up nice and thick, about 1 inch or so. Now, layer the lamb and cabbage in a large pot, starting with the lamb. You want a good amount of black peppercorns, about 1 teaspoon, and a couple of bay leaves for that extra oomph. Now pour in enough water to just cover the ingredients. Bring it to a boil, then turn the heat down low and let it simmer for about 3 hours. You want that lamb to be fall off the bone tender. While that's simmering away, let's talk sides. Some boiled potatoes are the perfect accompaniment to soak up all that delicious broth. Trust me, you'll be licking the plate clean. Fårikål is all about simple, honest flavors, and it's a true testament to Norwegian cuisine. Give it a try and you'll understand why this dish is a national treasure. Next up, Switzerland. Get ready to indulge in a pot of pure cheesy bliss with the iconic Swiss cheese fondue. This dish is all about sharing, dipping, and maybe getting a little bit messy in the process. Trust me, it's worth it. Now, the key to a good fondue is the cheese blend. We'll be using a mix of Gruyere and Emmental cheeses, both known for their nutty and slightly sweet flavors. Grate them up nice and fine so they melt smoothly. Rub the inside of a fondue pot with a garlic clove. This adds a subtle flavor that takes it to the next level. Pour in a splash of dry white wine and bring it to a simmer over medium heat. Then gradually add the grated cheese, stirring constantly until it's completely melted and smooth. A little cornstarch mixed with kirsch will help to bind the fondue and prevent it from separating. Now for the fun part, dipping. Crusty bread is a classic choice, but don't be afraid to get creative. Blanched vegetables, boiled potatoes, even pickles, add a delightful contrast to the richness of the cheese. Just make sure to spear your dipping item securely with a fondue fork. You don't want any casualties in the cheese pot. G'day mates, we're heading down under to Australia for a taste of their legendary lamingtons. These little squares of sponge cake are coated in chocolate sauce and rolled in coconut, and let me tell you, they're as addictive as a sunny day at Bondi Beach. First things first, we need a light and fluffy sponge cake. You can use your favorite recipe, or cheat a little and grab one from the shop, I won't judge. Once the cake has cooled completely, cut it into squares. Now for the chocolate coating. Combine icing sugar, cocoa powder, melted butter, and a splash of milk in a bowl. Mix it until smooth and glossy, like a freshly waxed surfboard. If it's too thick, add a bit more milk, a teaspoon at a time. Get your dipping station ready. A bowl of the chocolate sauce and a plate of desiccated coconut. Dip each cake square into the chocolate sauce, making sure it's fully coated. Let any excess drip off, then roll it in the coconut until it's completely covered. Repeat with the remaining cake squares and leave them to set on a wire rack. The hardest part is waiting for them to set, because once they do, you're in for a real treat. Guten Tag from Germany, where we're about to dive into the rich and flavorful world of sauerbraten. This traditional German pot roast is marinated for days to develop incredible depth of flavor. It's a labor of love, but trust me, the results are worth the wait. For this dish, you'll need a good quality beef roast, about 3 pounds. The marinade is where the magic happens. Combine red wine vinegar, beef broth, sliced onions, peppercorns, juniper berries, bay leaves, and cloves in a large bowl. Add the beef roast to the marinade, making sure it's fully submerged. Cover and refrigerate for at least 3 days, or up to 5 days for maximum flavor. After marinating, remove the beef from the marinade and pat it dry. Strain the marinade, reserving the liquid and discarding the solids. Brown the beef in a large pot over medium heat, then add the reserved marinade. Bring to a simmer, cover and cook low and slow for 3 to 4 hours, or until the beef is fork tender. Once the beef is cooked, remove it from the pot and let it rest. Strain the cooking liquid and thicken it with flour or cornstarch to make a rich and flavorful gravy. Serve the sauerbraten sliced with a generous helping of gravy. Back to Norway, where we're about to get our hands dirty with kjøttkaker, Norwegian meatballs that are pure comfort food. These juicy meatballs are simmered in a creamy brown gravy and served with your choice of sides. First, combine ground beef, ground pork, finely chopped onion, milk-soaked breadcrumbs, allspice, nutmeg, salt and pepper in a large bowl. Mix it all together with your hands until well combined, but don't overwork the mixture. Shape the mixture into small, evenly sized meatballs. Brown the meatballs in a large skillet over medium heat. Once they're browned on all sides, remove them from the skillet and set aside. In the same skillet, melt some butter and add flour, whisking constantly to make a roux. Gradually whisk in beef broth, heavy cream, and a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Bring the gravy to a simmer and return the meatballs to the skillet. Cover and simmer for 15 minutes, or until the meatballs are cooked through and the gravy has thickened. Serve your kjøttkaker with mashed potatoes, lingonberry jam, and a sprinkle of fresh parsley. It's a hearty and satisfying meal that'll have you singing praises for Norwegian cuisine. Let's head back to the Swiss Alps for a taste of rosti, a crispy potato dish that's as versatile as the Swiss Army knife. It's traditionally served as a breakfast or brunch dish, but it also makes a fantastic side dish for lunch or dinner. For the perfect rosti, you'll need starchy potatoes. Peel and grate the potatoes coarsely. Squeeze out as much moisture as you can from the grated potatoes using a clean kitchen towel or cheesecloth. This step is crucial for achieving that crispy texture. Heat a generous amount of butter or oil in a large skillet over medium heat. Spread the grated potatoes evenly in the skillet, pressing down lightly to form a pancake. Cook for about 10 minutes on each side, or until golden brown and crispy. You can customize your rosti with various toppings. Fried eggs, bacon, cheese, sautéed mushrooms, or caramelized onions are all delicious options. Get creative and make it your own. Next stop, the land down under, where we're about to cook up a storm with some barramundi, a firm white-fleshed fish that's popular in Australian cuisine. We'll be pairing it with the fresh, citrusy flavors of lemon myrtle, a native Australian herb. Start by patting the barramundi fillets dry with paper towels. Season them generously with salt, pepper, and a sprinkle of dried lemon myrtle. Heat some olive oil in a skillet over medium heat. Once the oil is hot, add the barramundi fillets and cook for 3 to 4 minutes on each side or until cooked through and flaky. While the fish is cooking, prepare a simple lemon myrtle butter. Combine softened butter, chopped fresh lemon myrtle, and a squeeze of lemon juice in a small bowl. Mix well until combined. Serve the cooked barramundi fillets with a dollop of the lemon myrtle butter on top. The combination of the delicate fish, zesty lemon myrtle, and rich butter is simply divine. It's a true taste of Australia's vibrant culinary scene. For our final dish, we're heading back to Germany for a taste of the legendary Black Forest cake, or as they say in German, Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte. This decadent cake is a symphony of chocolate, cherries, and whipped cream, and it's guaranteed to satisfy your sweet tooth. Let's start with the chocolate sponge cake. You'll need to bake 3 layers. Once the layers have cooled completely, it's time to assemble the cake. Brush each cake layer with Kirsch, a cherry brandy that adds a boozy kick. Whip heavy cream with sugar and vanilla extract until stiff peaks form. Fold in a jar of Morello cherries. Place 1 cake layer on a serving plate and spread with a layer of the cherry whipped cream. Repeat with the remaining cake layers and whipped cream. Frost the entire cake with the remaining whipped cream. Now for the finishing touches. Use a vegetable peeler to shave chocolate curls from a bar of dark chocolate. Decorate the top of the cake with the chocolate curls and a few fresh cherries. Well, there you have it, you bunch of hungry foodies. A whirlwind tour of Norway, Switzerland, Australia, and Germany's most iconic dishes. Which one are you dying to get your forks into first? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this culinary adventure, give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more global food escapades. And don't forget to check the video description for all the recipes, keywords, and tags. Thanks for joining me on this delicious journey. Until next time, happy cooking.